I went to the Brazil MTC just for a couple weeks. They were doing that with visa waiters who had waited for a long time, sending them to the Brazil MTC for a couple weeks as a refresher. And so then there's another girl from my original district who was there also, another sister. And so we were the only ones who ended up going to the Brazil Juiz De Fora mission together on that flight. And I just remember as we were flying to the mission, I was looking out and I was thinking, man, this is the most beautiful place I have ever seen, you know, flying out over the trees and the hills and mountains. Where I served, it's very hilly, very mountainous. Unlike other parts of Brazil, there are a lot of hills there. I just thought, man, this place is beautiful. And so we land, and we didn't really know what was going on. Finally, someone waved us down and told us to get into his car. You know, we just followed because we didn't know what else to do. We got into his car, and he drove us for, I don't remember, it felt like forever. You know, I just wanted to kind of get to the mission, you know. But, and he was trying to talk to us, but without much success. Anyhow, we got to the stake center in Juiz De Fora, and at that moment they were having a zone conference. So someone gets our bags and they're like, oh yeah, just go up on to the zone conference. So we walked up the stairs into the chapel. We came in right in the middle of a zone conference, and you know, everyone looks around and stares at us, and speaking Portuguese, you know, I understood a little bit. At that time I thought I was really good at Portuguese. So I thought I understood a lot, but I didn't really, and I could hardly say anything. But yeah, it was an interesting experience just being surrounded all of a sudden by all these missionaries speaking Portuguese. But it was a really great experience. And then after that, I was put with 2 zone leaders over that zone, and I went with them off to the area, and it was great. I loved being in Brazil, and it was interesting because I'd really always wanted to get to Brazil. And then when I got there, it was a little hard just because of the transition. You know, mission presidents were different, mission culture was different, the language was different, everything was different. Everything I fundamentally knew as a missionary was different. Well, except for the lessons and, you know, being a missionary. So for the first few months, that was a little challenging, just because my companion and I couldn't communicate very well with each other. We didn't understand each other very well. And that got me frustrated. I got frustrated with myself because I couldn't help out that much. And after a while, I became very kind of depressed. And then I just realized, you know what, I need to be more positive. I've got to have a better outlook on what's going to happen. And so my viewpoint of my mission kind of changed during that time also. I had a better outlook for the future. You know, I will have a successful mission, and that helped a lot in adjusting, you know, embracing their culture, trying to understand them better, and that just helped me feel better, feel more at home and more at peace with all the different changes.